All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going to completely flip how you look at the relationship between money, material resources, and, well, genuine fulfillment. We live in a world that constantly equates wealth with winning, but we're going to look at the undeniable difference between just acquiring things and actually living a meaningful life. So, prepare to completely rethink your definitions of success.
Listen to this. Money can give you access to anything, but having access to anything does not make you successful. Wow, that profound idea just immediately shatters our purely materialistic definition of a successful life, right? It draws this massive, definitive line in the sand between simply acquiring the means to do something and actually experiencing the deep fulfillment of doing it.
Section 1. The Promise of Wealth. Now, to really understand the limits of wealth, we first got to respect its reach. Money is, without a doubt, a ridiculously powerful tool. Think of it like a master key. This key opens up countless doors to opportunity that might otherwise just stay securely locked. It's the ultimate facilitator. It essentially gives you the starting line for your life goals, totally removing the friction so you can just jump right to the starting block.
So, what kind of doors are we talking about here? Well, the list is honestly staggering. We're talking high-quality gym memberships, elite personal trainers, the absolute best nutritious food. Or maybe it's travel to serene spiritual retreats, stocking up on philosophy books, making big charitable donations. It buys you time off work, lets you hire help for your family, affords top-tier counseling or therapy. Heck, it even gives you the freedom to take a lower-paying but super meaningful job or finally kick off that passion project. It perfectly illustrates just the sheer volume of access wealth provides across literally every facet of life.
Section 2. The Illusion of Access. Okay, here is where it gets really interesting. It all boils down to this fundamental, inescapable truth. A key doesn't walk through the door for you, right? Simply possessing the key of wealth guarantees absolutely zero internal realization. You can unlock the door, you can literally push it wide open, but you, and only you, still have to take the actual steps to cross the threshold. Think about it like this. On one side, you've got access, those high-quality gym memberships and elite personal trainers. But on the flip side, you have reality. And reality is the personal effort and intense discipline required to actually exercise and become strong. Sure, money effortlessly buys that fancy gold-plated membership card. But sadly, just staring at the card won't build your biceps. You're the one who has to actually sweat, put in the reps, and forge the discipline. The trainer can't lift the weights for you. And the exact same rule applies to your mind and spirit. Access hands you all the philosophy books and the first-class plane tickets to remote spiritual retreats. But reality? That demands engaging in the daily practice and the deep, often really difficult, self-reflection needed for true enlightenment. Possessing a massive, beautiful library on spirituality doesn't just magically make you an enlightened person.
Now, let's look at our human connections. Access provides time off work, maybe hired help to reduce household stress, and top-notch relationship therapy. But the reality is that nourishing relationships require investing deep emotional energy, having honest communication, and showing real vulnerability. Money buys the therapist's hour, absolutely, but you simply cannot outsource emotional connection.
And finally, let's consider our sense of purpose. Access grants you the financial freedom to afford a lower-paying passion project. However, the reality is the internal passion, the dedication, and the purpose you personally bring to the work itself. Money removes the immediate pressure of needing a massive salary just to survive, yeah, but the actual meaningfulness of the job, that only comes from your active daily dedication to it. A job isn't meaningful just because you can afford to have it.
Section 3. The Currency of Character.
So let's define true success exactly as our source material lays it out. It is an internal, qualitative achievement built solidly on discipline, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and a deeply felt sense of purpose. And honestly, here's the kicker. These foundational qualities are completely unpurchasable. You can't just swipe a black card for emotional intelligence or, add self-awareness to an online shopping cart. These traits absolutely must be deliberately cultivated from within.
Which leads us to this pretty stark realization. You can have all the access in the world, but absolutely none of the fulfillment. It's entirely possible to be immensely wealthy but completely lack the discipline to maintain your health, or the emotional capacity to build deep relationships. In that scenario, a person has literally every single key imaginable, but remains entirely unfulfilled.
Section 4.
Realizing your true potential.
Okay, so how do we actually map this all out? Well, the equation for true success looks a bit like this. Step 1 is money, which represents the potential. Step 2 is character development, which represents the effort. Combine those two, and you finally reach Step 3, genuine fulfillment, or true success. This progression clearly shows that while money provides the raw potential, the starting blocks we talked about earlier, success is only realized through your personal effort. Ultimately, it's our inner work, our choices, and our connections that define the true measure of a well-lived life.
So I want to leave you with a provocative question to chew on as we wrap up this explainer today. What internal qualities are you cultivating right now to ensure your access actually translates into a meaningful life? Because at the end of the day, your fulfillment is entirely in your own hands, regardless of your tax bracket. Access is a wonderful tool for sure, but character is what actually builds the house. Keep building.